split push, and then you go into the pit when you find an opening and still get good objectives on the map.
Yeah. So guys, get into the first game, but first we are going to take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB. So check it out, and we'll be right back.
Я на нит.
请做好开战准备。
Я на нит.
¿Quiere ganar? Gana. Ya gana.
So as we come back into this, we will be getting started here with a smoke from Team Spirit, moving through the jungle as Darkside splitting up a little bit. So I wonder if Team Spirit think that they've got this potential to go for first. But the smoke will break on Maposhka. Roger still walks himself in though. Maposhka not skilled anything up just yet, so won't be able to slow him down or put any damage on. Roger will be able to get himself away, you know, and he was walking up to a high ground anyway, so would have been fine just walking away from the edge there.
Whenever you have a Shadow Demon, if you catch someone alone, you can block him in with the illusions, you know. If you have two heroes, you disrupt him. If you position yourselves well, you can get blocked in by the illusions and just die. Ah man, they saw that ward and also did their homework. They knew what was up. We'll be getting that D-ward at the start. Very nicely done by Team Spirit, and this is why you go for a smoke when you're planting vision, because you're gonna be spotted, and then there's just some free golden experience towards the enemies.
Yeah, and let's see. I mean, they're stacking up 3 heroes around this mid lane, so I wonder if Darkside are going to try and contest into this, because you can see Team Spirit here. They are grouping up on both sides of the river. They want to be taking away both of these river runs, taking 3 in all, and they're going to be able to get... They even get all they do. So Seneko is going to be disrupted. He's still going to be able to get the tether away, but it's still going to be 3 bounty runs here going the way of Team Spirit. So a good start for them, and yeah, Darkside didn't want to contest into either side of that river.
Shadow Demons making the world happy, multiplying balloons. Doesn't really look like someone who likes kids, you know. Kind of looks scary, but it's fine. And the odds are looking scary here for Darkside. Yeah, nobody believes in them, it seems like.
No. And yeah, to start off with, the disruption comes out, which means that, you know, Collapse, if he wants to get a position to throw some axes out here as well. Dizzian gonna go for that first point into the Aphotic Shield for the protection in the lane, but there is still a lot of harass to come through, and once Mira hits that level 2 and the Shadow Poison starts to fly through, Seneko, he might have a bad time in this lane. He's almost definitely, if those Shadow Poisons land, he's gonna have a bad time in this lane.
And also, one thing we haven't discussed is the Shadow Demon versus the Abaddon. This hero, when he gets his Curse of Avernus, and he's probably gonna do it level 2, the illusions are gonna get the silence on him so easy. So Dizzying is gonna be suffering his own illusions in the lane.
Yeah, no, that is another point that, yeah, this pickup for the Shadow Demon, if they can turn it around onto the Abaddon, which, I mean, not level 2 just yet, but still some harass coming through. The Aphotic Shield should be broken. Mira takes some damage from it, but yeah, the illusion's chasing down onto Seneko, so another Aphotic Shield. That looks pretty funky there on the IO. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty cool.
I didn't know you could sing, Rob.
Go on, explain.
Oh, you said he's going in on the IO or whatever, or a Aphotic Shield. I don't know what it was, but that was nice in tune for sure. Anyways, though, yeah, I do like how the Aphotic Shield looks. And Dizzying, is he even gonna skill the Curse of Avernus, or maybe he just leaves the skill points?
Yeah, no, maybe not. And yeah, no, you wouldn't be saying that if you actually heard me at karaoke. But for now, back to the actual game. Top lane here, we can see that Yatoro coming through up against Blizzy as well as Roger. I mean, Roger, you can see, I mean, he's going to have the telekinesis to fade bot as well. So if Yatoro gets any ideas about jumping onto Blizzy like this, there might be a fade bot, there might be a save with his telekinesis, but there is going to be aftershock jumping now as well, the swashbuckle to come out, but it's still a lot of damage onto the Pangolier.
Yeah, you don't want to be using the telekinesis like that, because it's a 28-second cooldown spell, and then you could be putting yourself or the Pango in a lot of trouble, right? So you're just trying to make sure that you do not use it currently.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be the Fadebolt spam coming out to help out. And again, Blizzy has a ways away with the swashbuckle, but still though, we've seen Ench every single game throwing out the harass, and he's going to be coming in with the impetus now as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they try and deal with this in the offlane. It looks like the aggression not as big as we've seen in the past series, but still, he's going to be able to throw these right clicks out, and Roger has to be careful about how many he does pick up.
I mean, that's always what happens against the Enchantress. The Rubik, you know, he's one of the heroes that can actually stand his ground versus the Enchantress. Use the Fade Bolt to reduce the damage, and you can actually trade somewhat effectively.
Yeah, but Yatoro not being shy about chasing down onto Blizzy, so Blizzy maybe trying to force out some of this mana use here with the Swashbuckle as well as the Shield Crash. And how is the mid lane doing as well?
I mean, Lesh is always gonna do okay versus the Puck, but in the end, there's very limited kill potential here. Whoever dies definitely made the big mistake, and it's just gonna be a farm in the harass trade.
It's going to be Yatoro that picks up the first blood on the top lane here. I was watching the chase down as well. It looks like Mira is going to be able to do the destruction. Comes out onto Dizzy. He's got it in a second now as well. He can throw it back onto the Abaddon if he wants to, but it will be the first blood going the way of Yatoro with that chase down onto the Pango.
There was aggression coming out from Darkside on the bottom lane and from Spirit on the top lane, but Team Spirit obviously coming out ahead. I really like how Team Spirit played the top lane because Yatoro never overextended. He was just being annoying to Blizzy, and then the opportunity presented itself at some point, and he utilized it perfectly.
Yeah, and again, the bottom lane, like you say, these illusions coming through here. You're going to be able to get the sounds onto the Abaddon. So he's going to be taking some harass. The Shadow Poisons. Ho, 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 ho. That was so close to being able to take him down.
It hurts. Of course, you're gonna be starting off with the magic wand and against the Shadow Demon, and you're gonna get yourself healthier. But it's still kind of scary to see how easily you can take away your HP.
Yeah, and again, it comes out now. They're going to try and maybe pop the Aphotic Shield. The sounds comes through. They pop the Aphotic Shield. No, and those Shadow Poisons, they shouldn't actually. Maybe it does break first, because those Shadow Poisons, if you can refresh, maybe get one more. The Aphotic Shield does still stand. Doesn't take a whole lot of damage this time. Mapochka, top lane, gets the kill. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Blizzy trying to run him down. Mapochka with the Nature's Attendance, so he gets the chance. He's going to turn it around. Yeah, he's got the impetus damage if he wants to throw this out now as well. One more, it connects. He was just waiting for the distance, waiting for Blizzy to run himself away from that. And we talked about in the last series, turn yourself in and maybe then try and swashbuckle yourself out. Rabel will get the kill. But Mapochka, that's a good couple of pickups though.
Oh boy, he just solo killed the entire offlane with the Enchantress, and the only reason he died is because Rabel rotated there. That means Ursa is freely farming, and Blizzy, he's being doubled in terms of net worth 6 minutes in. You don't see that too often.
No, you absolutely do not here. And if you're Yatoro, you know, what are you... It's actually going to be going towards the Battle Fury, it looks like, so he wants to be able to press this advantage.
I mean, that's... I guess 95% of the times you're gonna go for a Battle Fury on the Ursa, maybe even more. That's just the case. You're gonna go for a Diffusal if, let's say, you have a Magnus, but even then, I think people are still decide to go for a Battle Fury. I don't know when's the last time I saw people skip that one.
Yeah, like you say, even with that steroid, it just means that you're able to claim that farm a little bit quicker here. Mid lane, I mean, Mapochka's playing it. He's got himself a Warpine raided now as well. Rabel, see with the rotation from Seneko, are they going to be able to get it? They're going to be able to get the bounce out from that Acorn here with the Seed Shot. It looks like they're not going to be able to take advantage with Roger being close. 3 heroes here from the side of Darkside, helping protect onto Rabel.
Yeah, okay, they're farming the Warpine Raider. It's going to be 50 gold if they get it. And it takes them forever. Mapochka, I mean, this is just him bullying. This is not nice.
No, he's just rubbing it in the faces now of the players on the dark side. And yeah, with the deny, it makes Darkside supports waste so much time here. Rabel going back to the lane, but at least Rabel has the net worth lead over the Puck for now. But these stacks in the jungle, he's going to be able to get himself the bounty rune here as well. Lol. Yatoro just continues to farm. Collapse quietly having a good time on the bottom lane. It's Team Spirit, you know, at least the Abaddon hasn't gone down just yet. He's been able to find this farm. And it is going to be the Radiance build coming out from the Abaddon as well, which should help him in this game.
This Mapochka is just showcasing that Smurf detection does not work, guys. So that definitely someone needs to deal with that. But he's continuing to be a problem. Warpine Raider, that is a creep that probably gives the most in terms of kill potential, right? And poor Roger, he's coming to the mid lane to get some levels. I think they're just gonna dive him if Rabel doesn't show himself. Okay, he will.
Yeah, just shows him, like I say, shows himself to the creeps. It's a great set. Excuse, let me get my words out. Great set of rotation here for Mapochka, and yeah, no, like you said, he's just bullying the side of the Darkside. You know, he's
I'm
pulling these
sorry, Rob.
supports. Go on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get mad. I didn't stop you from getting the words out.
No, it's yeah, I'm liable, you know, coming into the second series after a long 3-game series in that last one. Just a couple of tongue twisters maybe come out. So I just need to just, you know, work out the you know, a little bit more, I guess.
I got scared for a second because you said, just let me get my words out. I'm like, okay, Rob, sorry, just do it. Good thing from Darkside, they did manage to steal a stack from T-Spray, so at least something is going their way. Rabel is farming well. He's farming better than the Puck, which is to be expected, and with Denayo, it's gonna be even more. This is good because the Abaddon can stay alone in the bottom lane for a long time, and it's all about defending this tower from the Beastmaster right now.
Yeah, and once the 6 comes out, the Abaddon does have that now as well, so the borrowed time does go there. If he wants to pick it up, he's holding the point just in case, but if he does really get jumped, he's going to be able to put the points into that, get himself away, and then maybe like look for his team to respond with TPs, maybe try and turn it around. But yeah, I suppose, again, the Radiant Sword, it's a double-edged sword, like you were talking about the Curse of Avernus, that if it comes out, Collapse going to be able to get the disruption, excuse me, not Collapse, Mirror going to be able to get the disruption off, and Collapse going to be able to come in with a roar to stop Abaddon, and being able to turn the Radiant Burn back onto himself. Dizzy could be in a little bit of trouble if he does get caught out once that borrowed time is down.
I think you're getting caught out there, going for him, but a nice smoke is coming in from Darkside. They want to fight.
Yeah, no, they're going to try and come in with their own Thunder, but it's going to be the Roar coming connected onto the Pangolier. So that's going to delay it so much. But can he get his kill? Collapse. He's trying to get himself away. The Splinter does come through. He might be able to take the kill. Will be able to get the kill to Collapse. And now the chase down comes on to Mirror. Mirror, can he try and get himself away from this one? But not how fast Dizzian is. He's not going to be able to get himself away. The chase down, the pop, and Rabel will get the kill.
They understand the importance of killing the Beastmaster. The thing is, the Team Spirit understand if they're on our Beastmaster, that means that they're not in the mid lane. And it did so much damage to the mid lane tower, and they killed the Rubik. So Spirit, they lose an important hero on bottom, but they still get a solid trade in the mid lane.
Yeah, and like you were talking about in the draft, this double lane pressure that comes up from the Ench of the Beastmaster, like you say, that if he can pull the aggro away from this mid lane, the Ench, you know, even though he is a support, he plays in a great push and roll here, has that damage to come out as well. So Roger, he might be slowed down as well. The Dark Troll Summoner is going to see Roger through the trees. Was that Ench to slow him down with the enchant? It looks like Roger, can he get himself away from this one? The Skeleton Army comes through, and now the relocate comes in from Sineko now as well. So Rabel, he's got the magic challenge. He's going to be able to turn on Maposhka. Maposhka just overextends, gets caught out, and gets punished for it.
Yeah, easy kill. That is where the Lesh comes in. One of the best heroes to deal with the Enchantress. You're always going to die. Your HP is very low. And, you know, raindrops are not going to help you there because all of Lesh's spells are overtime damage.
Yeah, and how then do you deal with this if you are, you know, on this Enchantress? Do you just have to be careful in your rotations and maybe just try and not overextend? Or are you playing that left turn role where you are happy to die if you get the information for the rest of your team?
We'll see. It depends. Now Miposhka can farm his own jungle, but once the Ursa has the Battle Fury, you're still gonna do it. If you get the hate, if you get the relocate and force things out like that, you're gonna be fine. You don't care about it.
Okay. We see Rabel's courier being taken down there as well by Yatoro over by the secret shop. So that's going to delay the Bloodstone coming out for the Lesh. In fact, I think he had the gold for it there as well, but it was just taken down. So that does delay the timing. And okay, no, he just moved himself over to the secret shop himself and picks it up.
They want to push the top lane, so the second that Team Spirit see the Darkside are pushing the top lane, they're gonna be reacting towards the bottom lane. Collapse though, oh no, they're not. He's farming the Ancients. Darkside don't necessarily know this, but this is actually the perfect time to push a tower without risking that your own tower falls.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you do have the defense coming up here. You've still got that Dark Troll Summoner, so the Skeletons are pushing the lane back out here as well. But yeah, maybe if they'd have known where Collapse was, they could have stacked, because they had 3 or 4 heroes up here. They could have maybe dove the Enchantress underneath that tier 1 tower to find the kill and then find the tower, which might still happen with the rotation up here from the Abaddon.
I thought they will, but now when there's no Lesh, that's not going to be happening. So I'm very much surprised that they just didn't go for Miposhka. And this is kind of the name of the game for Darkside, indecisiveness, you know, and being slow, right? They don't make bad moves per se. They just don't make them fast enough. They don't make as many of them, and that in the end ends up being a problem. Finally, they're gonna be bringing more heroes to the top lane to make sure they open up the map for themselves.
Yeah, the fort comes out. You can see that Dizzy, he was waiting to pop that Curse of Burns on the tower here as well. Just for the extra attack speed after the fortification wears off. And yeah, the push comes through. Rabel should be able to help push out with the points into the Diabolic Edict. And while this is going on, at least Collapse is going to be able to send his creep army to push down that tier 1 tower, because they know where 3 or 4 heroes were. He felt a little bit more comfortable there.
Definitely, but we'll see. Abaddon getting closer to his sacred relics. He's gonna have that one fairly soon. That's quite nice. Blizzy does have the mech. He's going for a blink, so he does have some ways to fight as well. But the gold lead of Spirit is just gonna continue to increase. They're uncontested everywhere.
Yeah, Yaturo's having a great time as well. Like you say, being uncontested. Thinking about it being contested, Mira, he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Even with the Shadow Poison onto Blizzy, he's going to be taken down, and Blizzy does get the kill. But, I mean, it's only 2 stacks of the Shadow Poison here as well. So, Pango not even going to be on death's door here. What do you expect, Darkside, in terms of wards, trying to, get some information around this Roche pit? Do they have to respect this Ursa, or is it still too early here to say, we need to be dropping the vision and getting that information around the Roche pit?
They don't have the strength. They would love to, but they don't have the strength to do much of that. What they do have a strength to do is go and collapse.
Yeah, Collapse. Can he get himself away? There's going to be another... Oh, the wall comes out, but the split up, the lockdown, even Roger coming into this. And he steals the axes, not the roar. He would have loved that roar there onto the Rubik.
It was so close, and it would have been so fortunate for Darkside, because the stun from the Lesh comes out at the same time as the roar, so he cannot get his axes out, and the Rubik is running like, I want that one, and in the end, he doesn't manage to secure it.
Yeah, and Rabel's just going to be able to go back to farming here. Sitting second on the net worth, just behind that Ursa by about, what's that, 800, 700 gold, something like that. So he's not too far behind, and he's able to flash farm these stacks as well. With the Pulse Nova coming through, with the, I'm hearing a Dream Call. It's actually going to be onto Roger, but Roger, what can he do? He's got those axes. It's still going to be, he goes down to the neutral. Okay, Roger. Well done. We give you a tip for that there as well.
I mean, you have a Beastmaster on your side. They're gonna have to tell Collapse, control the beasts, man, because they're taking away our kills. We haven't seen that many coils. This is the second one, and the second one also, the first one was also used on Roger in the mid lane when they killed him. So overall, Larl, he's not gonna be too happy with his coil usages thus far.
No, and I mean, if not for the neutrals, he finds that pickoff, so no fault of his own there. It was just, third party gets involved, and all of a sudden you're losing your kill.
Yeah, guys, it's not my fault. I'm just unlucky. That's why. But Larl is having a solid game either way. He has the Witchblade. He's gonna get the Blink Dagger. So this puck is pretty much uncontested, and that's gonna be the case for quite some time. I'm looking at Darkside, and their lineup should be ahead, with the, or at least not this far behind. So it's gonna be very tough for him to deal enough damage.
Yeah, and so if you are looking here at the Abaddon, he's got himself the Sacred Relic. In fact, he's got the Talisman of Evasion after this creep camp as well. So what's the build here? Oh, we might actually see a fight right now, so we'll have to come back to this now as well. Rabel is going to jump in from Yato. Rabel, he's being cleaned up. The regen is loving it from Seneko. They do get a kill to this Lesh. Like, he's going to go down, and it looks like there's going to be a few to follow now as well. Boyd goes down to Collapse. They've got that Rolling Thunder on a really little bit of clip, and they're going to be able to get a really good advantage from this. They take down 4. Seneko.
You mean 5?
Yeah, let's say 5.
Yeah, well, he relocated to the base. He thought he was going to be saving the Lesh, but that's not the case. Lesh is your strongest hero. The second he dies, the fight is over. And those are the timings of Darkside. They get wiped out. They lose the Rose. This game, it's out of their hands, to be honest. Because this is why you pick an Ursa against these heavy damage-dealing mid laners, because he can kill them so fast. He rips you apart, and you never get the chance to heal. And then fight ends and possibly win the game.
Yeah, EGB giving the zeros over to Team Spirit now as well. Darkside, it's 15-1 if you think Darkside can get this victory here, but it is looking tricky. 6-9, and yeah, it's just looking so nice here for Team Spirit in the first 17 minutes.
So if you put your money on Spirit, it's gone, and it's gone, and it's gone. That's what it's gonna be.
And Rabel's gone.
Yeah, I think the same is true for Darkside probably. Yeah, it's gone, because this is one of the biggest. I think this is maybe even the biggest stomp that I've seen in the Eastern European DPC so far, because they're just destroying them.
I don't know. Hellraisers versus Hydra game 1, game 2, game 1. Which one was it? Where
Game 1, I think. I think in game 1 they had like
3
17
kills.
net worth.
Yeah, and they couldn't get themselves anything, and at least, you know, Darkside, they got some early kills, they were able to get themselves on the board here, and Team Spirit, they've hit their power point, and they're looking to run over onto Darkside.
天辉军团
That
全
is
面
true,
加
you
倍。
know, but in that game, I was at least like, oh, maybe this timing, maybe they're gonna be doing this. I'm looking at Darkside, and the only thing I feel is despair if I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, because how do you come back from this? Like, what do you actually do? And I can't seem to find an answer.
Well, it looks like Darkside not going to be able to find an answer here. As Seneko just trying to tether in onto this to try and save the Pangolier. That's from his life. It could be the Photic Shield coming through, but Seneko, he's still getting low, nothing to tether to. All will get the kill. The Atro in the middle of 3 heroes. It doesn't matter. He's just going to be able to rip them all down. And it's just going to be 19 minutes. GG is going to be called Darkside. They know this game is over as, yeah, with tier 2 still being up, the high ground was being Goldberg for Team Spirit.
One thing, you know, that we didn't mention, that didn't really